I'm Melanie, and you're watching the FanZone.
Welcome back, and now joining me is my handsome co-host, Aaron James.
Yes, and I'm excited to be here and show you this next segment. We went into the stands and talked to some of the fans about the craziest thing they've done or would do to get an autograph or tickets to a game.
Yes, and we did find some pretty interesting stuff.
Interesting doesn't even begin to describe some of these characters. Listen to what they have to say on this edition of You Said What?
My friend Cecilia, she acted like she tripped, and she tripped right by it was Becky Lucidi, and she tripped right by her, and then Becky Lucidi had to help her up, and she said, "Can I get your autograph?"
I ate cat food to win tickets once.
Oh, pushing people down. Actually, one time, I actually pushed on, I guess I went through an old lady's legs. My mom said I was going through an old lady's legs to try to get to one on the autograph.
Nothing too crazy. I just stood in the way, and they asked if they wanted to move. They're gonna have to sign to get by.
Oh, maybe run around the field and hope I don't get arrested.
Never painted my body blue or nothing like that. This is the craziest thing I've done. This, and it's plastic, so it's really hot too.
I don't know, maybe I'll run around on fire or something, anything,
Run around on fire, but see, now you'd get hurt in the process.
That's all right.
So you would do that to get an autograph.
Maybe.
It's time to check out this episode's Celebrity Sports Fan. He's one of the hottest music artists on the charts today. His group, 98 Degrees, is taking a little break so that he can share with us his solo talents. And after marrying one of the music industry's favorite sweethearts, Jessica Simpson, they're now together in a new series for MTV, The Newlyweds. Yep, that's right, I got a chance to sit down with this very handsome young man, a huge sports fan, Nick Lachey. When did you become such a big fan of sports?
As long as I can remember being a little kid, I just watched football with my dad and, was always playing sports and,
Now, did you play sports?
I did when I was little, but I went to a performing arts high school, so we didn't have any kind of sports in high school. I just was acting and singing and doing all that stuff.
Right. Now, as a child, who were you a fan of?
Well, I grew up in Cincinnati, so I was a fan of the Cincinnati Reds and the Cincinnati Bengals and the University of Cincinnati. Yeah, well, back then it was like, Johnny Bench and Pete Rose, and, we had some leftovers from the Big Red Machine still hanging around, Tony Perez.
Right. Now, currently, who's a favorite player nowadays?
Well, on the Reds, probably Danny Graves is a good friend of mine. He pitches for the Reds. I'm obviously still a fan of the Bengals, even though it's tough to be a Carson Palmer fan because I went to USC. So.
Right. Now, as far as being a fan, are you a diehard or a fair weather? Because the Reds aren't going to be making it to the playoffs this year, so how does that work?
Trust me, I've been a Bengal fan every year for the last 15. I'm diehard, and one year it's going to turn around. I don't know when, but one year it'll turn around.
Right, that's a diehard fan. So are you into all the Ohio teams? Are you happy for the Cavaliers, or they've got LeBron James?
I could care less about the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm actually a Clipper fan, LA Clipper fan. But yeah, like the Cincinnati, University of Cincinnati Bearcats.
Do you follow the players? Like, you watch them go, like Nick Van Exel?
Oh, yeah. Nick Van Exel, Danny Fortson, Kenyon Martin. I keep track of all of them.
Now, when you were little, did you ever try to get autographs?
I don't remember really going after people for autographs that much. Yeah, I was kind of a shy little kid, so I never wanted to bother anybody. Even now, I'm like hesitant to go up to guys because I'm like, I don't want to bother them and be a nuisance.
Right.
So.
Now, we've heard that you have a big addiction of TV sports. Would you prefer to watch them at TV in the comfort of your own home, or do you want to be behind home plate or the 50-yard line?
It depends on the circumstance. There's nothing like a big game going with some some of your buddies and having a few beers and going and screaming in the stands and but there's also something to be said for rolling out of bed and flipping on the TV Sunday morning and watching football. I got the football package on the satellite right in front of me, and so yeah, it just depends on the mood. I like both.
So what would you say is the best thing about being a sports fan?
Well, this is what I always try and tell Jessica, and she hasn't bought into it yet, but to me, sports are the ultimate theater. There's no script. You don't know how they're going to end, so it's like the ultimate in live television. It's better than any show because it's the ultimate drama. You never know how it's going to turn out. So.
Right. And what excites you the most? Is it like a tie at the bottom of the ninth, the game's on the line with a free throw? What really gets you excited?
I think obviously your team winning is the ultimate excitement. Like yesterday, the USC Trojans went down to Auburn and smoked them 26-0. That was a big day,
But that's what gets you pumped up.
Yeah. I mean, when your team wins is the ultimate. But any like come from behind, you know. Remember when I was in college, UK was down to LSU by like 30-some points, and they came back and won the game. You know, any big comeback like that is pretty cool.
That's great. Well,
Extra
thank you,
innings, all that good stuff.
Extra innings, yeah. Whatever
Overtime.
extends the game, right?
Exactly.
Right. All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank
We're
you.
glad you're a
Thank you.
sports fan.
Go Reds.